Saudi Arabia's Red Sea coast for the finale of Asia's premier club competition. This is the AFC Champions League Elite Finals Jeddah 2025, presented by Neon. 10 days of football with a $10 million prize up for grabs. Saudi champions and four-time Asian champions Al-Hilal facing the relative Korean Republic unknowns of Gwangju FC in the first of this weekend's four quarterfinals. It's hot and steamy in the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. Gwangju will hope it cools during the evening. Back home in Gwangju, it's a rather chilly 7 degrees centigrade. This is a match of contrast. Gwangju having to come from the cool of southern Korea to come to the heat, the blazing heat, the inferno that is the King Abdullah Stadium. There's a little knot of fans away to my right, a group of maybe 50 or so, and they are surrounded by a mass of blue. Al-Hilal, the four-time Asian champions, the two-time winners of the AFC Champions League, and in this revamped format of the AFC Champions League Elite, Saudi Arabia are the hosts for this festival of football. There is indeed a party atmosphere for the first of these quarterfinals, and what a contrast that we have got. Al-Hilal, Asia's most decorated club with 70 major titles, versus Gwangju, a team whose biggest claim to fame is winning Korea's second division. Al-Hilal, a squad packed with internationals, including 11 current Saudi Arabian internationals, versus a Gwangju team with just one current international, Albania's Yasir Asani. And contrast the coaches. Jose Jesus, 70 years of age, 35 years of coaching, won major trophies on 3 continents, including the Copa Libertadores in South America, versus a young coach whose biggest claim to fame is K2 Coach of the Year in 2022. And yet, here they are, head-to-head, with just one defeat each in this season's Asian Champions League Elite. Gwangju, though, they are the massive, massive underdogs, as the respective goalkeepers exchange greetings. The goalkeeper fraternity does indeed cross countries, but Yassine Bounou will be hoping that he is the one celebrating a place in the semi-finals at the end of this first quarter-final. It has been a remarkable story of Gwangju. They're just in their 3rd season since being promoted into Korea's top flight. They're having a good season so far in the K-League. They are 3rd after a fine 2-1 victory over Seoul on their last appearance. But they are against a team who know how to win, and a coach who certainly knows how to win. The experienced Jorge Jesus will be leading Al-Hilal to what he hopes will be their 3rd Asian Champions League victory, and the first in this ACL Elite format. Near full house, Jeddah is the home, of course, of the biggest rivals of Al-Hilal, Al-Ittihad, who look like they are going to claim the Saudi League title from Al-Hilal, preventing a three-peat. But they have got their eyes on this tournament and this competition. And then later in June, they're on the FIFA World Club Cup as well. So it's a busy time for the men in blue, a busy time for Al-Hilal. But what an opportunity this is for Gwangju and their little knot of fans who've made the long journey down to Jeddah. Going round the town, it was a sea of blue as we were coming into the stadium. And then I just came across this little knot of yellow for the Gwangju fans, and they were smiling, they were happy, they were thrilled to just be at this level of competition. And then the coach talks, the coach in the pre-match press conference, he was saying, we have got nothing to lose. This has been a journey for Gwangju, and win or lose, we will be learning from this and we will be growing from this, but we've not come here to lose. A festival of football in Jeddah about to kick off. The first time that we've had the final quarterfinals, the final 8, as a one-off festival competition. The The tension before kickoff there for all to see. But remember, the Gwangju have upset us all the way through this tournament. They beat Yokohama 7-3 on match day 1 in the group stages. Although Al-Hilal, they got revenge for their defeat in the semi-finals of last year's competition to Al Ain with a 5-4 victory. Both teams are very much here on merit. They may have different histories, but it is 11 versus 11 on the field of play. The AFC Champions League Elite Finals Jeddah 2025, presented by Neon. The first quarter-final. Al-Hilal in blue versus Gwangju in change colours of white and maroon. It's a fabulous scene, and for some of these Gwangju players, the biggest occasion that they have had. For the refereeing teams as well, including the VAR officials, they are very much in the world spotlight. For Al-Hilal, well, for them, it's been a mixed season. It looks likely they're going to lose their domestic league title, but can they compensate by winning this AFC Champions League Elite? I'm loving the shots that we're getting of the contrast between the respective supporter groups. Both equally passionate, but one massively outnumbered by the other. Gwangju coming into the lion's den of Al-Hilal. They're up against a team who conservatively cost $375 million to assemble. For Al-Hilal, second in the Saudi Pro League. 2 changes from the side that drew in midweek against Al-Shabaab. Marcus Leonardo comes up front, the former Benfica player. He's got 17 league goals and 4 AFC Champions League goals. Senegalese centre-back Kalidou Koulibaly replaces Ali Abdullahi, who drops to the bench. That's the only change for the team that drew in midweek. On the bench, there are 9 current Saudi international players. Al-Hilal fans taking over this little part of Jeddah as we have a look at Lee Jung-hyo and George Jesus, the respective coaches. Respective captains, Salam Al-Dosri and Lee Kang-kyun, ready for the coin toss. Match referee is 41-year-old Kuwaiti Ahmed Al-Ali. He will be assisted today by Kuwait Abdul Hadi Al-Anazi, Ramzan Al-Naimi from Qatar, and the VAR officials are Kamis Al-Mari from Qatar and China People's Republic's Fu Ming. Gwangju, 3 changes in the team that got a great 2-1 victory at Seoul last weekend in the K-League. Min Sang-gi returns after 8 matches out to replace Bounou, who's an injured absentee at centre-back. On the bench, number 77, Oh Kui-soo, has got 3 goals in the Asian Champions League Elite competition to date. Salam Al-Dosri, second highest scorer with 8 goals. The man to look out for, Albanian international Yasir Asani, the number 7. He's very much left-footed. He scored some spectacular goals, including a thrilling winner in the round of 16 match, a come-from-behind victory over Vissel Kobe, trailing 2-0 from the first leg. Gwangju recorded a 3-0 victory after extra time. 2 goals from Asani, 1 for the penalty spot, and 1 an absolute flyer into the top corner to bring them here to Jeddah for these elite finals. AFC Champions League Elite Finals Jeddah 2025, presented by Neon. Quarter-final time. Gwangju in chain strip of white, going from right to left against the all-star Al-Hilal, the four-time Asian champions. This is a one-off match. There must be a winner tonight. Extra time and penalties if needs be. Cancelo. There are only two Saudi-born players in the starting 11 for Al-Hilal. It's easy to call them the home team. They're not the home team, designated home team, but they're not playing in their home city of Jeddah. Gabriel Tigrao, the Brazilian. And I think there's going to be an offside call there against the other Brazilian, Reis. Cancelo coming in to make the challenge, but Reis had just wandered into an offside position. High line being held by Al-Hilal. Gabriel Tigrao, one Champions League goal. Gabriel's done well. Reis. Good cover coming over. There's a man who's won just about everything. Trophies on 3 different continents, including South America's Copa Libertadores. He's the Portuguese international, João Cancelo. Strong challenge in there on Milinkovic-Savic. There's Mitrovic. The other Serb in the team, big, strong, powerful man. It could get physical in the middle. As we see Marcus Leonardo returning to the team after missing out the midweek league match. Just barged up the ball. Powerful challenge from Jung-Soo. What a story. Lee Jung-ho. He has led this team, dragged them from K2 into K1. 3rd place, not so good last year, 9th last year, but back in the top 3 again this year. Very much new kids on the block, Gwangju. Malcolm plays inside. Ruben Neves. Koulibaly, long ball over the top. First touch for Kim Kyung-min, who was one of the first signings for Jung-ho. Very much a goalkeeper who likes to play with the ball at his feet, for all the problems that can cause. Cancelo's header, little flick through, looks for Malcolm. Awkward start, but kept in by Park Tae-jun. Handball against Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves, one of the high-profile signings for Al-Hilal. Came from the English Premier League, Wolverhampton Wanderers, for about 60 million US dollars. Tambakti barged off the ball. There's good strength there from Reis. Milinkovic-Savic plays it out wide. Mitrovic pulls away. It's a solid start from Al-Hilal. João Cancelo. Lovely ball through. And very, very deep in their own penalty area. They had 9 men back, did Gwangju. Look at Tae-jun. He's meant to be one of the attacking midfielders. Lee Kang-kyun with the defensive header. Koulibaly will make his way into the penalty area, yet to score in the AFC Champions League. Milinkovic-Savic has got 3 and Mitrovic has helped himself to 5 So there's plenty of aerial threat for Salam Al-Dosari to aim for. Man for man in the penalty area, and already a little bit of nonsense. Cho Seong-Gwon just dragging Mitrovic. Mitrovic will immediately go to pick up Cho, knowing that the referee has got an eye on him. 6 blue shirts in and around the 6-yard box. Al-Dosari curls it in! It's an early goal by Sergej Milinkovic-Savic! The perfect start for Al-Hilal. A whipped-in ball. Milinkovic-Savic gets in front of his man at the near post, and there's no chance for Kim Kyung-min. Lovely glancing header. Well, they look pumped up right from the very start, did Al-Hilal. And a 4th AFC Champions League goal for the Serbian. And Gwangju, well, they knew it was going to be hard. Now it becomes triply so. Park Tae-jun drives forward. Is there going to be a quick response? Asani over on the far side. Closed down by Renan Lodi. Lodi with a little bit of fortune. Gets the ball back, launched it down the line, looking for Mitrovic. Asani wanted it to his feet. Renan Lodi at left back will be very, very aware of Asani's ability if he gets on the left foot. But it's getting him on the ball in this first 7 minutes. It's all been Al-Hilal. Being boosted by that header goal. Bounou, the Moroccan international, onto Cancelo. And the long ball, and that's a great run. Malcolm. Header from Mitrovic. Flashes just wide. Interesting positional play. It's not through the middle. He's kind of just operating down the left-hand side, Alexander Mitrovic. And Salam Al-Dosari was lurking there. Another of the big-name signings, Mitrovic. Over 50 million US dollars from Fulham in the English Premier League. What have Gwangju got? Face. It's a lucky deflection. Asani. Now Asani. The flag has stayed down. Yassir Asani. Bounou does well. And the flag stays down. Well, a warning there for Al-Hilal. Kim Jin-ho. Little clip on him. That'll be a free kick in a dangerous area. It's gone against Malcolm. And he has pulled him back. Not a lot in it. And Jin-ho's made the most of it, but there's Asani. That would have been a close one if he had put it in the back, and his first touch takes him away from goal rather than to goal. And he has to turn his full body. Bounou does brilliantly. Sign from Sevilla. Some organising to do. Cleared at the near post by Mitrovic, who then leads the charge. And that's good work from Mitrovic, because he's forced Gwangju all the way back and blocked the ball. Kim Kyung-min likes to play the ball, and he's got away with one there. Mitrovic doing brilliantly. It was his defensive header, and he chased it down, and got the block in. And another mistake, pressure from Milinkovic-Savic. The Koreans somehow need to get on the ball and change the momentum of this game. Otherwise, they'll be out of it before they know it. Al-Hilal just 8 goals conceded in their 10 AFC Champions League Elite matches. Here's Kim Jin-ho though. Lee Kang-kyun looks for Asani. It's over the Albanian. Insangi returning to the starting lineup for the first time in 8 matches. Hassan Al-Tambakti to Bounou. 6'5" man, looks for Mitrovic, found him. Salam Al-Dosari. Well, the energy from the 17-year-old on the touchline being matched by his players on the field of play. The expectation is that the Saudi teams, because of their spending, will prevail in this competition. But Gwangju and Kawasaki, Yokohama and Al Sadd, they'll certainly be wanting to have a statement, as will Buriram from Thailand. Koulibaly drives forward. Al-Dosari makes a move. Mitrovic onto Milinkovic-Savic. Koulibaly down the line to Al-Dosari. Renham intercepted by a beleaguered Gwangju back four. Well, they went man for man, but they didn't go man for man on Milinkovic-Savic. There he is once again in the middle. Being picked up by Jin-ho. This time they go short. Al-Dosari's ball in. Malcolm's header. Comfortable claim this time by Kyung-min. Al-Hilal forcing the goalkeeper to go long. They'll fancy that. Cancelo bards off the ball by Tigrao. Tambakti does well. Malcolm will pick up the pieces. Koulibaly to Renan Lodi. Hassan Al-Tambakti. Malcolm. Pinpoint ball. And Salam Al-Dosari can't quite get there, but there's applause ringing around the King Abdullah Stadium, because this opening 13.5 minutes has belonged to the team in blue, Al-Hilal. The Sharks, they call them, the Blue Sharks. Again, Al-Hilal tried to force Gwangju to go long. Gwangju want to play short, however dangerous that may be. Better ball. Cho Young-krok. Dispossessed by Milinkovic-Savic, who's certainly been the star man so far. Cancelo. Ruben Neves. Tambakti and Cancelo. Malcolm comes short, was looking for the ball out wide to Renan Lodi. Cancelo was taken very, very late there by Kim Jin-ho. Referee Al-Ali saw that. He's had a little word with Jin-ho. Malcolm. Lovely pull down the line. Mitrovic looks inside, just behind Al-Dossari. Real Tigrao can try and just calm things down a little bit. And then Jin-ho loses out to Malcolm. Little give and go. Out wide to Mitrovic. Two in the penalty area. Mitrovic is blocked. Sangi across. Referee coming to have a little word with Kim Jin-ho. 65% of the ball in this opening 16 minutes for the Saudi champions. João Cancelo. Gwangju just so deep in their own penalty area. Trace is the furthest forward and he's barely 40 yards from his own goal. So that's played in by Ruben Neves. Combination of goalkeeper and Sangi get rid of that. Party atmosphere already. Ten-day festival of football, $10 million available for the winners of this competition. Asani brings his man down. Lodi has got Brazilian caps to his name. Cancelo again, seeing a lot of the ball. Lovely little dink over the top, beats Sangi. And Salam Al-Dossari denied twice. That's a super double save by Kyung Min. It's kept Gwangju alive, or has it? Milinkovic Savic! Clutched by the grateful Kim. A triple save of real importance. It started with a delicious ball by Cancelo over the top of Sangi. Foul there by Hassan Tambakti and a telling off from the referee. And Chris barely had a touch. He was in the press conference yesterday looking very cool, calm and collected. Was his Nero Riz. He can come back to the goalkeeper, Kyung Min. It's all about being brave. Long ball over the top will run straight through to Bounou. Big 6'5" goalkeeper launches it long. Easy for Song Yong. Rock looks a little bit overawed by this occasion. As Al-Hilal just moved the ball quickly. Salam Al-Dossari approaching 100 international caps for Saudi Arabia. And he's their top scorer in this AFC Champions League Elite competition this season with 8. Cancelo once again. Ruben Neves at the base of the midfield. Lovely little movement. Marcus Leonardo didn't take the shot when he could. Thanks to Malcolm, and Gabriel Tigrao can come away for a grateful Gwangju. They are in danger of being utterly swamped. Kang beaten to the ball. Marcus Leonardo gets up. Cancelo. Cross it in left-footed. Again, so deep defensively. Well, Gwangju, even if they do clear it, it's just going to be a blue shirt that's going to bring it straight back at them. Malcolm once again. Cancelo's cross, that will be corner number 3 of this opening 20 minutes for Al-Hilal. Mitrovic awaits. 4 in and around the penalty spot. Al-Dossari lurking at the moment and marked towards the back. Sangi's header. Chris sandwiched. It's just going to come straight back. Block there from Kyung-Rok. Sangi first out. Savage as Al-Hilal start again. They have been impressive. Neves, Malcolm. This combination down the right-hand side. Cancelo, Malcolm seen a lot of the ball as Cancelo drops inside. Is beaten by a fabulous sliding tackle by Sangi. Kyung-Rok. Out wide to Seong-Gwon. Asani. Kang-hyun. First bit of sustained possession for the Korean team. Sangi. Chris into Kang-hyun. Asani. Will want to drift inside onto the left foot. Instead will come out wide. Cho's cross, corner to Gwangju, but the flag is up for offside earlier on in the move. Again, a good high line being held by Al-Hilal. Good call as well. Cho Seong-Gwon offside when he received the ball. Got a shot there of the number 19. Chris, his second spell with Gwangju. Bounou on his weaker right foot, not the best ball to Cancelo. It's a header so he can pick it up if needs be, which he does. A bit too aggressive into the challenge by Park. Played just over a quarter of the first half. Al-Hilal deservedly leading Gwangju by a goal to 0. A header by Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. But they did have a major let-off when Yasser Asani went through one-on-one against Yassine Bounou, and Bounou made an excellent save. Ball down the line, looks for Malcolm, who's got the pace. Malcolm pulls it back, 2-0! Superb strike, Marcus Leonardo. A A raucous celebration for Al-Hilal. A look up into the heavens for Gwangju FC. 25 minutes they would love to have back. That's a 5th AFC Champions League Elite goal for Marcus Leonardo. Malcolm does brilliantly, and it's a fine finish. Threading the eye of the needle, Marcus Leonardo. Top league scorer. Now joint 2nd top AFC Champions League Elite goal scorer. And Al-Hilal lead by 2. It's a lovely finish. Signed from Benfica for 45 million US dollars and returning with goals. And how do Gwangju take this on? A shell-shock Gwangju. Neves starts things again. Koulibaly. That nearly breaks to Salam Al-Dossari. Asani can't get a touch. Once again, Marcus Leonardo drives forward and is dragged back there by Lee Kang-kyun. Well, not only dragged back, but kick. Left foot and right foot. Referee Al-Ali has handed out 37 yellows and 2 red cards in his last 8, so you can't test his patience too much. Lovely ball over the top once again. Al-Dossari slides it through. Nearly brilliant. We've known about Salam Al-Dossari for a long time in Asia. He thrust himself onto the world stage with that goal against Argentina in the World Cup in Qatar. And he's proving that he belongs in the company of big signings that Al-Hilal have made. But here's a breakthrough now, Chris, with a little bit of space to find Asani. Asani quickly closed down though. Nowhere to go for him. Kang-kyun onto Park Tae-jun. Space this time for Jin Ho. 5 white shirts ahead of him, but 9 blue shirts. Cancelo is able to get the headed clearance. Park Tae-jun. Jin Ho. Cancelo walks away, as though he's completely blameless. That does look like there's a bit of contact there on Park Tae-jun. Tae-jun gets up, limps away. It's a long way to come to be on the end of a 2-0 down after 29 minutes. But remember, they trailed Vissel Kobe by 2-0 in their round of 16, and they pulled that one back, admittedly on home soil. Malcolm, creator of the second. Neves. Koulibaly takes the space. Cancelo applauds a wayward pass as we have an incredible sight. Now that's one for the photographers. The crowd really getting involved there already, celebrating half an hour in. And look at the pressure being put on Heung-min. I've seen some tifos before, but this one is spectacular. It's 2/3 of the stadium. And in the meantime, Malcolm drives forward. Sangi gets in. Finds Kim Jin-ho. Trees. Asani wants to get it onto his left foot desperately. When he does pull it back, it's cleared. And Ruben Neves, Portuguese international. Tigrao. Ambitious effort. Chris. Asani's done brilliantly, lovely control and a chance to run at Lodi into the penalty area. Couldn't get the shot away, and Mitrovic does really good defensive work. Gosh, his work rate, Alexander Mitrovic. Top draw in this opening half hour. Chris wins it back. Asani once again. Seeing more of the ball is Yasser Asani. Little give and go to Hyungrok. Cho reluctant to put it in. Now they come out wide to Kim Jin-ho. Neves shielding in front of his defence. Leonardo. Second chance for Leonardo, lovely first touch. Look at that, he sets Salam Al-Dossari free. And Salam Al-Dossari can make it safe. Oh, it's 3-0. A spectacular backdrop for a spectacular goal, with the Saudi coach looking on. AFC Champions League Elite goal number 9 for Salam Al-Dossari. Just magnificent. He's got the pace. He takes on Seong-won, and then he just draws the keeper, slides it under him. Gosh, he's a talent, this boy. And there's going to be a change from Gwangju. Now the celebrations from the crowd are visual, they're verbal, and the team are responding in the same manner. Cooling break, but it's been red hot from Al-Hilal, and Salam Al-Dossari sprinted away for the coolest of finishes on the hottest of nights. And it's party time in Jeddah. Well, a couple of years ago in a AFC Champions League semi-final, Al-Hilal of Qatar were hit for 7 by Al-Hilal. We could be onto something similar here. The Change has been made by Gwangju. It's a like-for-like change. Gabriel has been replaced by Oh Hoo-seong. Different class, the Saudi team. Difficult circumstances for Gwangju. Back home, they're used to playing in 7 and 8 degrees. Right then, Hoo-seong, first involvement, gets the cross in. Bounou can claim. Important save when it was 1-0 by Bounou. As Gabriel looks very disconsolate as the man who's been hauled off. Bounou pings one into the corner. The pace once again of Malcolm, who slips, according to assistant and referee, perhaps charitable. Kanghyun, wide to Songwon, who just could not cope with the pace of Salam Al-Dossari. Kanghyun, Taejum, Hoo-seong offside. Again, a high line when defending by a well-drilled Al-Hilal. You can just see there Hassan Al-Tambakti just stepping up at the right time. Cancelo was perhaps a little bit late to read the signs. Hoo-seong on a sub, had 3 runs now. Third offside against Gwangju. 3-0 Al-Hilal. Well, with such a busy schedule, if you go all the way to the final, it's 3 big games in 10 days. Al-Hilal take their foot off the accelerator. Lovely ball into space. Leonardo once again, Malcolm into space, sprints into 20 meters. And then finds Cancelo into the grateful gloves of Kyungmin. Now Malcolm does defensive work. Cancelo and Malcolm, they're having a bit of fun. Hoo-seong tries to stop the party. Has done well, but Koulibaly is over, and that'll be a throw-in to Al-Hilal. It's been an exhibition by Al-Hilal and by their supporters. I must say, for those who love a footballing spectacle, the coordination between the fans and the goal at the same time was postcard, picture perfect for that third goal. Gwangju not enjoying it. Milinkovic-Savic, who started the savagery. Ruben Neves. Young. Trace. First time in the penalty area for Rees. Tame shot, easily collected by Bounou. And Is that a hamstring problem for João Cancelo? I think it is. And in such a quick turnaround of games, Cancelo would be well advised to get off pretty quickly. And that is the first negative moment for Al-Hilal. KSA Al-Shirani, a like-for-like replacement. Well, here's the first goal, Milinkovic-Savic. Lovely glancing header. That was 1-0 inside 6 minutes. He celebrates. Party atmosphere had started. Number 2 was made by Malcolm and scored by Marcus Leonardo. A lovely finish, threading the eye of a needle. 5th AFC Champions League Elite goal. And then number 3, la creme de la creme, Salam Al-Dossari, played through, sprints away from Cho Seung-Kwon, draws the keeper and slides it in for number 3. And surely no way back for Gwangju. There's the man who is now joint top scorer in the AFC Champions League Elite. KSA Al-Shirani is on. Bad news, it did look like a hamstring for João Cancelo. Long ball over the top, and once again the pace of Malcolm has caught them out. Al-Dossari doesn't quite catch it right, Salam Al-Dossari. Well, it's been curious from Gwangju. They've either been so deep with 8 and 9 players back around their 18-yard line, or they've been caught too high up the pitch. 9 shots to 3. It's a fair reflection of the game. Again, the ball is nearly given away. Salam tries to get in there. Lodi a little bit tight. One or two red faces out there because of the heat, but also because of the scoreline. Back there slides in. Junkyo, he's not one to hold back. He's a controversial coach. He says what he thinks. It's got him in hot water in the past. I'm sure he'll be saying a word or two to his team at half-time. Fleece shadowed. It's good movement by the Brazilian Fleece. It's off KSA Al-Shirani. That'll be a corner kick. First corner of the game for Gwangju. Park Tae-jung has got 4 attacking the back post. Oh Hoo-song joins them. It's an interesting lineup. It's cleared by Lodi, only as far as Asani. Smuggles it out to the edge of the penalty area. Milinkovic-Savic is there. Al-Dossari. Koulibaly, big strong figure, and a mistake allows in Marcus Leonardo, who races away. Mitrovic in the middle. Malcolm joins them. It will come to Malcolm, onto Mitrovic. Important challenge from Junsu. Idris. Forced sideways by Hassan Al-Tambakti. Asani again. 3 minutes to add on at the end of this first 45. Choi. Second chance for Choi. Looks for Asani. Long right leg. However, Koulibaly is there. There's your possession stats. 2/3 of the ball for Al-Hilal. All the goals to Al-Hilal. First of 4 quarterfinals coming to you from Jeddah over the next 3 days. The stadium also the venue for one of those quarterfinals, both semi-finals and the final. Marcus Leonardo spins out wide once again. Al-Dossari takes it in his stride. A little juggle. Al-Dossari, Renan doesn't quite get it right, but wonderful, magical skill once again by Salam Al-Dossari. On the heel. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Just not quite the perfect pass for Renan Lodi. Again, the angle ball is over Yasser Asani. This time from Sangi. I think for Gwangju, they just must keep together. They just must keep believing. Highly unlikely though it is, there will be a comeback. They've got to believe it's a possibility. There's been enough times in the past where the unlikely has happened in football. Gosh. It would be unlikely. Koulibaly looks for Lodi. Salam Al-Dossari once again takes it in his stride. Mitrovic leaves it. Oh, just fizzes wide. Glorious football once again. Mitrovic with the dummy. And the impressive Marcus Leonardo. Well, the goalkeeper is going to his left. It's been done by the eyes of Marcus Leonardo. Tejan. Referee Al-Ali blows the half-time whistle. Salam Al-Dossari with one of the goals. João Cancelo's injury, a hamstring, the only negative point on a fabulous 45 minutes in which Sergej Milinkovic-Savic opened the scoring on 6 minutes. Salam Al-Dossari scored the pick of the goals on 33 minutes. A glorious finish with a fabulous backdrop. And the second being swept home by Marcus Leonardo after great work by Malcolm Oliveira. Al-Hilal looking good for a place in the semi-final. There's still 45 minutes to go. Gwangju have got to go back to the drawing board at half-time in this AFC Champions League Elite quarter-final. It is Al-Hilal leading Gwangju by 3-0.
The purpose The referee will signal a check by pointing to their ear to indicate that the restart of play is being delayed.
They got revenge for their defeat in the semi-finals of last year's competition to Al-Hilal with a 5-4. Passionate, but one massively outnumbered by the... He curls it in! It's an early goal by Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Youngmin. Lovely glancing header. A very warm welcome back to the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium in Jeddah. Half-time in the first of 4 quarter-finals in this festival of football in the AFC Champions League Elite Finals Jeddah 2025, presented by Neon. It is Al-Hilal leading Gwangju by 3 goals to nil. It was a wonderful exhibition of football by Al-Hilal in that opening 45 minutes. For George Jesus, well, the 70-year-old was animated on the touchline as he's encouraged his team to go forward, and they scored from a corner early on. Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, and then the pace of Malcolm Oliveira and Marcus Leonardo ripped Gwangju apart for goal number 2. Leonardo with the second, and the third, an absolute gem from Salam Al-Dossari. For Lee Jung-hyo, well, he is slumped in his chair at half-time. He was actually out very, very early, before most of his players. And for Gwangju, it is now a case of, well, can we have a sporting miracle, or do we just go for damage limitation? It is very hard to see this Al-Hilal team to be pulled back, particularly with the leadership of Salam Al-Dossari, who is now joint top scorer of the AFC Champions League Elite alongside Yasir Asani. Second half underway. Al-Hilal in blue going right to left in front of a partisan crowd. They've come from Riyadh to Jeddah to support the team who are the designated home team, even though it's a neutral venue. But they played like the home team. Early mistake, and there's Malcolm just nipping in front. For Gwangju, well, they are punch-drunk. They knew how difficult it was going to be, but surely they would not have realised being 3-0 down this early. As it breaks from Marcus Leonardo, and goalkeeper Kim Kyung-min just take it back into his own goal area. Let me give you the team news. No changes of personnel at half-time, so for Gwangju it's Kim Kyung-min in goal. A back four of Seong Gwon, Hyun Jun-soo, Ming Sang-gi and Kim Jin-ho. Park Tae-hyun and Lee Kang-hyun in the heart of midfield. Asani down the right, Choi down the middle, Hoo-seung down the left, and Chris dropping in from centre forward, often into a number 10 position. They did have a great chance through Asani when it was only 1-0, forcing an excellent save from Yassine Bounou. But otherwise, it has been very much an Al-Hilal story. 2/3 of the ball, 9 shots to 3, the first half statistics. But early possession to Gwangju, whose only honour is K2 Championship. Compare that to the 70 major honours won by Al-Hilal, including 4 times Asian champions. And that was before the really big money was spent. Better start to this second half for Gwangju. Long ball over the top, looks for a spinning turn by Chris. That'll run through to Bounou, who's in goal. Back for Yasser Shirani at right back in place of the hamstrung João Cancelo. Hassan Al-Tambakti, Kalidou Koulibaly and Renan Lodi along the back. Neves and Milinkovic-Savic in the heart of midfield. Marcus Leonardo, number 10, Salam Al-Dossari down the left, Malcolm Oliveira down the right, and Alexander Mitrovic leading the line. Choi forced backwards, Seong Gwon. Greece has made so many runs, but he's been tracked by one of the 4 defenders. Milinkovic-Savic is a little bit late. Referee has a look to see how bad the damage is. Serbian goes over to apologise. That's one where the studs just raked down the back of the shins, but Jin-ho is back up on his feet. There's Asani to Seong Gwon. Alakli or Buriram will meet the winners of this semi-final, quarter-final in the semi-final. Right then, Feast tries to get through. Hassan Al-Tambakti, Saudi international, is quick enough and finds Malcolm, who's very, very quick. And Marcus Leonardo, look at this from Malcolm. Sprints away once again. Malcolm, if he looks inside, which he did, but the pass was just behind Mitrovic. Gosh, Malcolm has tormented Kim Jin-ho at left back. Here's Asani. It's been a wonderful effort to get to this stage by Gwangju. Choi. Asani. Doesn't even get the corner he was after. It's not completely cleared. Sungwon. That'll run through to Bounou. That's Al-Shirani. Neves. Al-Hilal, as well as all the star names they've got a clutch of Saudi internationals, including Al-Shirani. Here's Renan Lodi, a Brazilian international, onto Mitrovic. Saita for the Serbian. To the main bulk, the noisy bulk of the Al-Hilal fans. And thumbs up from the energetic 70-year-old. Choi. Strong challenge once again. Linkovic Savic pushes forward. They force Gwangju to play long. That's a good diagonal coming in from Kyungmin. Seongwon. Given away. Salam Al-Dosari. Mitrovic. Junsu puts the challenge in. Big strapping 6'2", 23-year-old centre-back, Young Junsu. Coach Lee Jung-ho was saying in the press conference that this will be yesterday that this will be a learning experience for Gwangju. Gosh, it's a university education in the first 50 minutes. Renan Lodi. Koulibaly gives it away. Well, the more conservative approach from Al-Hilal in the opening stage of this second half, but that's good from Oh Husung. That will be prevented from going from a corner by Bounou. Bounou, who's bigger in real life than he looks on the screen. Giant of a man, 6'5", the goalkeeper, intimidating presence. To world attention, I think, obviously with Sevilla, but also that great Moroccan run in the FIFA World Cup. Ruben Neves. Al-Tambakti. Sangi. dangerous. Well, twice they were nearly caught trying to play out from the back. It's Al-Shirani. Savic. Al-Shirani. Little give and go. Al-Shirani looks to return the favour. Milinkovic-Savic takes it on. Al-Shirani and Mitrovic in the middle. Mitrovic for 4. Wonderfully constructed goal. Have a look at that. The little dummy. Milinkovic-Savic in. And Alexander Mitrovic strikes his 6th AFC Champions League Elite goal. Another thing of beauty from Al-Hilal. The Sharks are eating up Gwangju. In a semi-final. It has been an education, and Alexander Mitrovic has led the line superbly. Now he's got a goal as well. Asani looks distraught, looks red-faced. Choi was trying to play in. Chris. Long way to go as well. It was a beautifully constructed goal, started by Yasser Al-Shirani. His link up with Milinkovic-Savic. Mitrovic with a lovely finish. Asani. Joe, Asani. Clipped. Even at 4-0, on the edge of his technical area, energy personified. Koulibaly's header, helped away by Malcolm, as far as Husiong. Trees twists and turns. Altan Bakti for company. Altan Bakti in close company does a great job. Riyadh-born defender. Little give and go, and it goes nowhere for Gwangju. We're used to seeing Ulsan and Pohang, even Seongnam and Jeonbuk in the latter stages of the AFC Champions League competitions. Gwangju rather gate-crashed this party. There's a foul there from Min Sang-yi. Mitrovic strong enough to hold up the big centre-back as well. Neves. Nothing spectacular from the Portuguese in the heart of midfield, just kept the ball ticking. Tambakti caught late. The referee once again will go and have a word, this time with Lee Kang-hyun. He's had a good game, the referee. Marcus Leonardo can turn so quickly. Takes the ball on the half turn, little touch away. Tae-jung has no option but to bring him down. Renan onto Koulibaly. So good in possession as well. Al-Dossari. "13 shots to 3. Long ball over the top, and that'll run through to Kim Kyung-min. Sangi. Substitutions being planned by the Koreans. I think we might have a triple change on the cards. Jeongwon down the line, looks for Rhys. Change is about to be made. It is indeed a triple change. Park In-hyuk, Lee Han-gil, and Ju Se-jong. Choi, one of those making way. Damage limitation. Park In-hyuk, 4th Champions League, AFC Champions League appearance of this campaign. Yet to score in the league, so they're not bringing on goal scorers. Probably just legs. Remember, it is much, much hotter here than it has been in Korea. Fatigue may well come into play, and when you're 4-0 down, fatigue will just feel that worse. Koulibaly's header, back to Bounou. The PA's loud here. That came through. Blows my ears out. Here's Milinkovic-Savic. The crowd, when he scored, blew his ears out. Kim Han-gil, the number 47, has gone over to left back. Kim Jin-ho, 27, has moved over to right back. Otherwise, it's like for like. Here is Jin-ho. Again, a slight miscommunication. Renan Lodi up against Park. Park's a big boy, but Renan Lodi even better. emotional character, Lee Jung-hyo, but he believes in what he's doing. Mitrovic, brilliantly done. Salam Al-Dossari can run. Still Salam Al-Dossari. Well, there's a clip on the edge of the penalty area. Al-Hilal wants a penalty. Marcus Leonardo gets up to his feet now as Asani runs into trouble. Milinkovic-Savic brushes off a challenge. Finds Salam Al-Dossari. Milinkovic-Savic is onside and puts it inside. Oh, delicious. Malcolm can't convert. Oh, exhibition stuff, training ground stuff. Milinkovic-Savic is onside. Well, the crowd are still after the penalty, but it's not coming. Marcus Leonardo puts it, he thinks, on a plate for Malcolm, but it's just too high for Malcolm. That would have been another picture-perfect goal. Right then, here's Park. He's done well. Hassan Al-Tambakti has done even better. Thumping challenge. Had to get it right. Al-Tambakti did exactly that. Here's the earlier moment. Now, coming in from the wrong side was Jin-ho. VAR not deciding to get involved on that one. 6 white shirts chasing a consolation. Ju Se-jong puts it over everybody in front of a disappointed group of Gwangju fans and a frustrated coach. Well, while the Al-Hilal fans are trying to get a Mexican wave going, I suppose a Jeddah wave. The Korean flags are still there as well. There is the wave. They need something to entertain themselves. This game just about done and dusted at 4-0. Mitrovic, lovely flick. Marcus Leonardo. Too much on that for Al-Dossari. They've just come inside. Party in Jeddah. Change is being prepared for Al-Hilal. And they'll come before this throw-in is taken. Salam Al-Dossari to replace by KSA. That's his goal that takes him on to 9 in this competition by royal appointment. He really is the king. And Nasser Al-Dossari will come on as well for Marcus Leonardo, who's not happy. There's the Leonardo goal. So KSA and Nasser Al-Dossari, they've got to make their impression. Jin-ho, and that's been played through. Park. Asani. Rare bit of space for Yasser Asani. It's a shot that's blocked, not once but twice, by Hassan Altanbakti. For Nasser Al-Dossari, the number 16, maintains his perfect record in this AFC Champions League Elite. Played in all 11 of Al-Hilal's matches now. One of only 3 players to do that. Goalkeeper so far out of his goal. Offside against Husyong. It's careless, he's just gone early. He is literally looking across the line. Just has to hold his run. Altanbakti back to Bounou. Stronger on his left foot. So strong, he's put the ball out of play, and look at that, the Portuguese coach is still urging his players to get into good positions. In many ways, it's been a frustrating season for Al-Hilal. They're not going to retain their domestic title. Neves, a long way out. So the keeper was 25 yards out when he won possession, Ruben Neves. Just doesn't ground his left foot. Otherwise, that could be another embarrassing one against those who have goalkeepers playing out from the back. Asani. Asani once again. Lovely clip ball. Bounou is there. Has been a willing runner. Not had an awful lot of service. These scored that many goals. The first yellow card. This is just for a totting up procedure against Kim Jin-ho. Not for that foul in particular. Maybe it is for that foul in particular. It's his 6th in total anyway. As Nasser Al-Dossari was about to skin him. More excellent crowd orchestration going on. Hangil finds Jin-ho. Asani. Closed down by Lodi, illegally. Well, there's a sample of the atmosphere. To be fair, it's been like this since about the 25-minute mark. I think these fans know that this quarter-final was done and dusted by the time the second goal went in. And they've enjoyed themselves ever since. Neves is there. Milinkovic-Savic. KSA was making the aggressive run. Altanbakti, so much time and space for Yasser Al-Sharani. Koulibaly. Gave Lodi an impossible ball to deal with. This competition will get harder. But Al-Hilal, on this performance, have marked themselves as one of the favourites for the competition. They topped the Western group. There was a group phase, sorry, a league phase to replace the group phase for the first time. 12 teams in the league. Al-Hilal topped that as Koulibaly finds Asani. It's broken kindly to Chris. And he loses out. Brennan Lodi does well and wins the throw-in. As we're saying, Al-Hilal topped the league phase, played 8, won 7, drawn 1. Their one defeat was against Paktakor in freezing Tashkent by 1-0, but they won the second leg 4-0 for a 4-1 aggregate to make their way through to this quarter-final. And the race is on. Nasser Al-Dossari, but stayed out. It somehow stayed out. Al-Dossari puts it on a plate to Malcolm. Great pace from Nasser Al-Dossari. Beautifully timed and bounces on the line. And the goalkeeper is then fouled to deny Malcolm his goal. Malcolm yet to score in the AFC Champions League Elite. 16-4 the shots on goal. 60-40 possession. Right then, Asani. Oh, free kick against the Albanian. See what he did wrong there. Looks like he's got the ball. Clean as a whistle. Yasir Asani. Yasir Al-Shirani. Glad to see Al-Shirani back in the game in that famous Saudi win over Argentina in the World Cup in Qatar. Al-Shirani went off with a fractured jaw. Mitrovic is tugged back by the overworked Byung-Jun Soo. Lodi. KSA. Such movement from Al-Hilal. Gwangju just haven't been able to cope with it. Exchange of places. Kyle. Zlatan Bakti move forward. Ruben Neves just sits in that centre-back position. That's the left-back Renan Lodi in the centre midfield. And it's not only because they're leading that this has happened. They've been doing it right the way through. Al-Shirani finds Milinkovic-Savic. Malcolm does well. Malcolm fancies a goal. Instead, pass for Mitrovic. Breaks to Ruben Neves. Controlled once again by the Portuguese. Neves wants to get forward. That's Al-Dossari. Malcolm, give and go. Malcolm! 5-0. Now he's opened his AFC Champions League Elite account. And it's pass and move of the highest quality from Al-Hilal. Gwangju bamboozled. The man who came from Zenit St. Petersburg, having won Russian titles, now gets his name on the score sheet in this quarter-final. And Al-Hilal, exhibition stuff, lead by 5 glorious goals to nil. He's been excellent, Malcolm. Tormented Kim Jin-ho and then Kim Han-gil down this left-hand side. And look at the quality of the personnel that can come on. Mohamed Kano and Al-Hamdan, internationals both. Milenkovic-Savic to make way. He started the Napand with the near post header in the 6th minute. Mohamed Kano is no mean replacement to come on for him. And Malcolm, having got his goal, is replaced by Abdullah Al-Hamdan. In many ways, though, what we just saw there is one of the reasons why Saudi Arabia's national team are perhaps not firing on all the cylinders they would have liked to. We had a shot of Hervé Renard, the Saudi Arabian national coach, in the crowd earlier on. Al-Hamdan and Kano will be part of his squad for World Cup games coming up, but they're only late substitutes in this all-star Al-Hilal team. There is Kano. Cesar Al-Sharani close by. Referee said play on. Kayo tormenting. It's Kim Han-gil. They just closed down the space so well, Al-Hilal. The crowd up to entertaining themselves as well. More spectacular crowd action that equals what we've seen on the field of play. Renan Lodi looks inside, Sangil scoops that one clear. Salam Al-Dossari enjoying the view as his face appears on the screen. A big cheer goes round the stadium. But remember, this is only the quarter-final. There's a lot of work still to do. Kano at the back post. Renan Lodi. Lifted towards Koulibaly. It's a pretty unique sight. Kyungmin. Gosh, it does take risk, goalkeeper Kyung Min. Makes the save, but there's blue shirts there. Mitrovic, edge of the penalty area, number 6 is deflected in. And that is self-destruction. Nasser Al-Dossari from the deflection. But it comes from Gwangju, playing suicidal defensive football. It's a third AFC Champions League goal for Nasser Al-Dossari, but you just can't play like that. There's 6 blue shirts making the press, and even though Kyung Min makes the first save, Mitrovic once again plays it out, and Al-Dossari deflects off the unfortunate Kim Jin-ho. But we've got a 6-0 quarter-final. Hard to take. That's hard to take. They don't care. And suddenly, Jeddah becomes a suburb of Riyadh. Change being made by Gwangju. It's their 6th and final change on Youngkyu to come on. Yoon Jun-soo replaced. We might need just have a little bit of a delay because there's so many cushions and flags being thrown onto the field of play from the Al-Hilal end in celebration. But frustrating because it's got to be cleared. There's quite a few interfering on the field of play. In the good old days in the 70s in South America, it was confetti. In Western Europe, it was toilet rolls. Here they do their own little thing. Multitasking for the Al-Hilal players, as if they've not done enough on the field of play. And still the plastic covers come raining down. Oh, well, it's in celebration, it is frustrating. Here's the 4th goal, beautifully made. Milinkovic-Savic onto Mitrovic, and a first-time finish by the Serb. That made it 4. A tough night would only get tougher and tougher for Asani and for Gwangju. Number 5, Malcolm, a lovely little give and go. He's deserved this, Malcolm. He's been the provider on so many occasions. That made it 5. And then we had the deflected goal by Nasser Al-Dossari, and it could get worse. Al-Hamdan! It's 7. They've repeated the 7 that they dished out against Al-Hilal a couple of seasons ago in the latter stages of the AFC Champions League. And again, it's given away by Gwangju, who are out on their feet, but what a finish. Abdullah Al-Hamdan. Fires one beyond Kim Kyung Min. It's a lovely strike, but a bad day for Gwangju. It's now a humiliation at the hands of Asia's most decorated club. Wow. And it could get worse. Well, Gwangju were involved in an incredible 7-3 match against Yokohama on match day 1. Now they're a bit frustrated. They're humiliated and they're leaving the odd foot in there. But what an explosive start we've had to this festival of football in Jeddah. Got to give credit to the Gwangju fans away behind that goal of Bounou. They're still there on their feet cheering, hoping perhaps that they might get a goal. 2 minutes more of this torture for them and the players on the field of play to go to. Bounou and Al-Ahli will face Al-Hilal in the semi-final. They play tomorrow. Well played by Chris. But even then, there's no consolation, and there's an offside anyway against the Brazilian. They played that line very well. It's been disciplined defensively. That's Al-Sharani. 60-40 possession in favour of the home team. And in all honesty, in this second half, they've not been really going for it. They did in the first half. Chris loses out to Kayo. Kayo wants to get in on the action as well. Here's Kano, on to Kayo. Spins it out wide. Nasser Al-Dossari. 30 seconds more of torture for Gwangju. Tambakti knocks it back. Bounou, who made a very important save when it was only 1-0 to deny Asani. That was early on. But as soon as the second goal went in, made by Malcolm Oliveira, scored by Marcus Leonardo, really did worry for Gwangju, and we have every reason to worry. Al-Hamdan once again. Caesar. Al-Sharani outside of him. Here's Al-Hamdan. Final whistle goes. It's a mauling by Al-Hilal. The Sharks have eaten Gwangju alive. For Chris and co, for Lee Jung-hyo, it's been an education here in Jeddah. Sergei Milinkovic-Savic opening the scoring on 6 minutes. Leonardo on 25. Salam Al-Dossari, a gem on 33 minutes. And in the second half, Mitrovic on 55, before Malcolm and the two substitutes, Nasser Al-Dossari and Al-Hamdan, made it 7-0 with 3 goals in the last 11 minutes. A brave effort from Gwangju. This will look horrible in the record books, but getting to this quarter-final is a magnificent achievement for a club who are only beginning to establish themselves in the top flight in Korea. Well refereed by Ahmed Al-Ali and co. It's all smiles for Salam Al-Dossari. It's all smiles for Al-Hilal. They're safely through to the semi-final. Well, a little bit of an exchange between Lee Jung-hyo and George Jesus. But Al-Hilal, a 7-0 quarter-final education for Gwangju. Credit to those fans. They haven't stopped supporting the team. Some of them have made the flight. It's a long way home. Hopefully they can stay and watch the rest of this festival. But Al-Hilal off and up and running, and how. The crowd played their part on a party atmosphere. Al-Hilal 4 times Asian champions, twice AFC Champions winners. Now once again into the semi-finals of this rebranded, rejigged AFC Champions League Elite. And who would bet against them going all the way? For Gwangju, it's back to the league. For Gwangju, it's back to the cold. For Al-Hilal, it's on to another semi-final. Bounou or Al-Akli await in the next round. Phenomenal performance by the most decorated team in Asia. Al-Hilal have made a statement with this quarter-final victory. They were strong defensively, they were powerful in midfield, they were rampant and deadly up front, and they've won this quarter-final by 7. S-E-V-E-N, 7 goals to 0.
Saudi Tourism Authority goes to 22 Sergei Milikovic Savic from